Saying we're back again, about to jump on the PS5 FIFA 22 Barcelona Master League Save Episode 3. Getting straight into it then, guys. As you can see on the screen, in the previous episode we looked to sign either Ruben Neves, Paul Pogba, Wilfred Ndidi or Yuri Tillemans, but the prices of these players were through the roof for some unknown reason, and it was just a bit much than I was willing to pay. So what I then went and did was looked at bringing in, bring the microphone over, amateur YouTubing. What I then went and did was looked at bringing in Mason Greenwood, and we also brought in Jude Bellingham from Borussia Dortmund. So we brought them two in for bargain prices, and they're going to be the future of Barcelona, replacing the old timers that have left the club. I then went and came runners up in the pre-season tournament, and obviously with some shirt sales and some excess money, we managed to get ourselves back up to about 65 million there. Then also I managed to just sell Martin Braithwaite there for 9 million, 12 million, sorry, he's away, he's been sold, which then also freed up a bit of extra cash, left with about 75.6 million. So I went and chanced my luck by putting in another couple of bids for Wilfred Ndidi and Yuri Tillemans, because these are two players I'd really like to have, one or the other obviously, because I can't have both at this point in time. So I went and banged in another couple of bids just to see what Leicester and Brendan Rodgers would be saying, and we've both managed this time to get them both down to reasonable prices that are now way up in the 80 to 100 million mark. So we had an acceptance for 76.8 for Wilfred Ndidi, and we've also had an acceptance for Yuri Tillemans of 75 million. So now I'm left with the job of obviously deciding which one I want to go for. Tillemans has obviously got the 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves. You've got a 4-star weak foot for Wilfred Ndidi, and he's only got the 3-star skill moves. He's got the athleticism, he's got the defending stats of 87 and the 78 mentality. Yuri Tillemans has got the passing stats, he's got the shooting stats, he's got the mental ability, he's got composure at 86, 90 interceptions for Ndidi, that's big. They're not too far apart, to be honest. But he's got the 90 jumping and the 91 stamina. That's also very, very big. They're both the same age, but Ndidi's got that one better overall. And I couldn't say it'd be possible to compare the two of them really, because they're both very similar stat-wise. Obviously, they've both got their individual stats that are through the roof, like the composure and the reaction time. But then Ndidi's got the defending and the jumping, the reactions, the interceptions. He's got a bit of aggression. He's got a 90 standing tackle and an 85 sliding tackle. Do you know what, guys? It's going to have to be Ndidi. We're going to get into the negotiations of the transfer of Wilfred Ndidi from Leicester to Barcelona for the rebuild. So he wants a crucial part of the club, and I'm happy to give him that. He's wanting a 4-year deal. I'm very happy with that also. Keep him tied at the club. I'm going to say no release clause. So his contract, no, sorry, he's wanting 160 million in his release clause. Nah, I'm not wanting any release clause. He'll go without a release clause. So what he's looking for now is a sign-on bonus of 860 grand and a 1 million sign-on fee for 10 goals. So what I'm going to do is counter that. I'm going to remove the bonuses. I'm going to edit his wages, and I'm going to offer him, we're going to offer him 300 grand, and he can have the sign-on bonus. Whoa, wait a minute, sorry. Yeah, 300 grand and the sign-on bonus, and he's done. So there you go then, guys. Wilfred Ndidi has joined Barcelona. He's going to come to the club right in time for the second game of the season for a grand total of 76.8 million. He's the big signing for the club. and he's going to sit right into the team probably for the next game here. So we'll attend the press conference. We're only into game 2. I'm going to try and get through a couple of games this episode. So can we expect to see Ndidi make his debut? He's got a point to prove, that's for sure. Are your boys ready for the game? We'll play the game and not the occasion. Are you looking to sell players? Probably not. We're needing a strong squad. And the only players we have sold are a couple of old timers and players that I'm not interested in using. Right. So just for the purpose of this one, we're going to get into a couple of games straight away. Obviously, we lost the last game. Real Sociedad stole it at the death. The Swedish international Isak, he scored the winners for them. Hoping to get better this time around. One thing that I'm going to do, guys, is just go and quickly check my settings. Yeah, so I've edited the settings, by the way, guys. Use the slider menus. So last season I jumped on PES 21 and I found it quite good. I thought the pace of the game was good. It was slowed down. It wasn't like a game of air hockey or ping pong the way that I feel FIFA usually is. The back and forward style, goal and goal and goal. I don't like that. So I've managed to go onto Ricky's page from the True Brits. He's a PES player predominantly. If you check his channel out, the True Brits, he plays a lot of PES. Obviously he's jumped over to FIFA this season because the new eFootball's not been the greatest. He might still jump back and forward between them, but he's been playing FIFA. But predominantly he's a PES player. He's always played PES, and I found his channel on YouTube and I subscribed to him. I quite like watching him and his videos. He's found this from someone else, but he's obviously gave that guy a shout out in his video, but I've obviously took them from his video. It's just using the user sliders and the CPU sliders to kind of adjust them to slow the game down and make it a bit more realistic. So it's not going to be as fast paced as usually would be. We've put the game speed to slow, and it's just to get that more realistic feel out of it, because I felt like it was a good feeling last season playing PES. Wasn't it too fast, it wasn't too slow, it was just in the middle and it just felt good. So we're going to go with that. We're going to get into the match here, guys. So we're going to go to team selection. So for this one, we're going to stick Roberto. He's going to sit in at right back. We're going to replace Dest with Ndidi. He's going to get his first game for the team. Greenwood's going to make the bench. Bellingham's going to make the bench. Depay's going to start along with Aguero and Dembele. We've got De Jong in the middle, Philippe Coutinho, Longley, Koundé, Roberto, Alaba, Ter Stegen, and Ndidi's going to sit right in there. Can Ndidi be the man to replace Sergio Busquets? He's got big boots to fill, put it that way. What I'm going to look to do, guys, is doing the player development. I'm going to look to turn Depay. He plays between centre forward and left wing. I'm going to look to turn him into a winger. I would put him up front, but I do like Aguero. He's getting a bit past it, but he's still a top-notch striker. His stats speak for themselves. He's still got all the stats you want in a finisher, the 92 striking. So I'm going to predominantly use him this season. What I'm going to do also, though, is I'm going to turn Mason Greenwood from a right mid to a striker, and I'm going to use him as a secondary striker to play a few games here and there, come off the bench for Aguero, vice versa. That's probably what I'm going to look to do. I'll probably look to turn Coutinho into more of a midfielder rather than a cam. I'm going to kind of drop him back a bit to sit alongside De Jong. We've got Ndidi at the centre defensive mid position. Then next season, we're probably going to look, depending on what the wages and money is looking like, to get rid of De Jong. Will go away anyway. We'll probably look to bring in another top-notch striker to play alongside Greenwood. We're probably going to get rid of Aguero next season, depends. We'll see how he gets on. He's pushing on for age now, But he's still a top-notch striker, so I'm definitely still going to use him this season. But for this, we're going to go with this lineup then, guys. We've got Aguero, Dembele, Depay, Coutinho, De Jong, and Didi for his debut. Koundé, Roberto, Clement Longley, David Alba. Sorry, Jordi Alba. David Alba. Jordi Alba and Ter Stegen in the goal. And we're going to crack on against Athletic Bilbao for the second game of the season.
Well, what a game we have in store for you today.
And I'm going to need to skip the entrance here and turn off the commentators. Or sorry, hold on. Settings. Game settings just for copyright purposes. Commentators need to go. So for the purpose of this game, I'll be your commentator. Getting into this one then, guys. We're good to go. We've got the lineup set. You'll see what I mean about the game speed, it being a bit more slow. There's a wee bit more mistakes made on both halves with the passing. It's just a bit more realistic and it's not that ping pong style. It'll still be a bit fast. The speed doesn't dramatically change and the passing still. I've slowed the passing down a wee bit, but it's still FIFA. It still feels like FIFA. I've just tweaked it a bit. And we're ready to go then, guys. See how we got on. We've kicked this one off. Coutinho then in possession. Plays it to Alba. We're away here then. Coutinho going forward with it. De Jong sends it out wide. Sergio Roberto. Back inside to De Jong. Switches the play. Jordi Alba, he's turned round on it, but he's been caught in possession. Gets it taken away from him. Athletic Bilbao pushing forward now. Looking dangerous. And Didi's on the chase. See what I mean there? That's nice that he's done that as a misplaced pass, and that will happen in real life. It's not always going to be that every pass is pinpoint and perfect. Whereas trying to play against the computer or the CPU and all the stats are right to the top and they're all bloody pinging passes like God knows what. They never fail a pass, they never fail a dribble. It's just not realistic, because in real life that wouldn't be the case. Teams do misplace passes, teams do lose on a dribble and a counter attack. Good interception from Longley, and Didi then sends it to Dembele. Nice turn away into De Jong. Finds Coutinho. Here's Alba. Back to Coutinho. Inside to Aguero. I should have took that straight, but I've tried to turn. Lost out on it, and away go Bilbao with Garcia playing a long through ball to nobody. If you think there's things that you're noticing within the gameplay that's just too much, then let us know, because I can still adjust the sliders and I can get them adjusted. If you think they're making too many mistakes or the runs into what they should be, then let us know. Here's Aguero then into Depay. Memphis Depay couldn't have beat his man there. And away go Bilbao on the counter. It's a good interception though from De Jong. Finds Dembele. He's overran it. Away go Bilbao in the middle now. And Didi picks that up. Good interception. It's a misplaced pass though. Muniain now keeps it. Sends it forward. Bilbao pushing forward again. So what we'll look to do then, guys, is after this game we'll go into the player development and we'll start sorting out a development plan for some of the players for the coming season. Naki Williams couldn't get that. Transfer confirmed then, Wolves. Stefan Redu. 2.9 mil. Ter Stegen collects the ball. Plays a short one. Koundé now sends it out wide. Sergio Roberto switches a long ball. Memphis Depay does well to hold that, and he's down the line if he can get it. Gets bullied off the ball though. Strong solid defending from the Bilbao defender. Pushing forward now then. Sergio Roberto. Into Philippe Coutinho. Slides it in to Sergio Roberto again, into Aguero, into Depay, past his man, he turns on it, back to Aguero, Roberto, that was De Jong, sorry. Not enough conviction in the finish, not enough power. not to be. Here's Bilbao pushing forward then. Into the box with it. Longley sends it back to Ter Stegen. Ter Stegen plays it away out wide. Sergio Roberto now. Comes inside with it, finds De Jong. Sends that along the ground to Longley. And again to Jordi Alba. Loves a wee turn on the ball. Big switch of play then. That could drop into Dembele on a bounce. It's nowhere near him though. So it's a ball over the top then. Bilbao are looking good here, pushing onto the counter. They're in the box, they've broke away. It's a tackle there on the edge of the box. I don't know who that was that put the foul in, but they've given away a free kick. Mignolet steps over this one, sends it into the box. It's deflected and it's a diving save. An absolute camera save for Ter Stegen. Had to make the save there. We're in a dangerous position, but he does well to make the save and push that behind for a corner. They swing it in here then, guys. We need to get it away. Also Garcia on the head, just over a bar. We'll get away with one. Sergio Roberto with a big switch to Depay. Brings that down to Jordi Alba. Long ball again, but it's not a good one. We've still got that though. Here's De Jong. Looks for Aguero. It sends it out wide. Right, here we go now with Ousmane Dembele. He gets it taken off of him. Sergio Roberto does well to win it back though. Slips it in, Coutinho to Dembele, into Aguero, round the keeper. Almost round the keeper, but he's offside, so it wouldn't have counted anyway. He's in the spaces, so this is what I mean about Aguero. He gets into the spaces. He's got that striker's instinct. He's an absolute legend. I would never have let him go in the first place if I was Man City, but hey ho. Right, here we go then. Frankie de Jong finds Coutinho. He gets wiped out, taken off him. Here's Garcia now. And Didi's picked this one up, plays it out wide. Dembele back to Ndidi to De Jong, inside to Coutinho. Almost finding a way through Aguero there. Here come Bilbao on the attack. Ball into the box. Garcia heads it back out. Alba picks up on the deflection. He's put it into the danger zone though. And that goes the half-time whistle. And that'll be all she wrote for that one. So we are in at half-time. We've got more of the possession. We've got more shot, I say. We've only had one shot, to be honest, to their two. But it's been on target at least. Not too bad on the passing front. With a few tackles have been placed. It's been a 50-50, has it? We'll get straight into the next half then, guys. Hopefully break the deadlock. Pull a goal here, because that would be good for a start this save. Good interception from Ndidi, good tackling. Plays it to Coutinho, nice ball. Coutinho gets it taken off of him. Koundé with the interception, nice to see. It's into Coutinho. Memphis Depay now slips it through to Jordi Alba. In the middle towards Dembele. Cleared away by Bilbao. No nonsense defending. And Didi mistimes the tackle there, big time. Here come Bilbao forward on the counter attack. It's a chance here for Williams, trying to break it past Koundé. Does well to hold off, and Coutinho pushing away now. Away go Bilbao out wide. Back in the middle, Garcia now. Jordi Alba, seen that one coming all day long. Sends it along the ground. Great ball to Sergio Roberto. Comes inside to find Coutinho. Good stuff. Searching ball for Memphis Depay out wide. Not to be. Back in the middle then. No, it's not. It's out wide. Just trying to stand him up here. Brilliant stuff from Koundé. Gets it away. Frankie de Jong again. Just gets away with that one there with the through ball. Jordi Alba loses out. Coutinho. Interception and back to Alba. Down the line then, guys. Here we'll go for a counter attack here. Can we get one on? It's into Depay, into Aguero. He's going to hit one. It's deflected and over for a corner. That's just unlucky from Aguero. He's never really in a good enough position to get a good shot off. But we'll take the corner. Substitutes are getting made. I'm going to need to try and swing a long one into one of the centre backs. Koundé's up on that. It's dip in. Just a bit too much. De Jong then to Coutinho. Depay couldn't take it. As you can see on the screen there, guys, then our next game's against Getafe. That'll be the second game we play in this episode. Here's Williams now. He's going to strike one. Good block in there by the defender to stop the venom in the strike. Sergio Roberto with a long ball looking for Depay. If he can win that, and he does. Gets it into Aguero's path. But Aguero couldn't take it. Ousmane Dembele does well to win that. De Jong. The through ball out wide to Roberto. Couldn't reach his path. It's a misplaced pass, so and Roberto's won it back inside to Coutinho. Looking for Aguero into Depay. We've got a chance here. Depay's going to back post chip it. Close enough. Coutinho does well to win that back. Aguero gets bundled off the ball. I do just feel by watching it, just feels so much better. It's not as fast paced. It's not like ping pong. I do like the adjustments that they've made with the sliders. And Didi now into Coutinho. Sends it out wide, looking for Depay. If he can get there, he does. Only just into Aguero. Aguero! It's Sergio Aguero. We'll get the lead. We'll take it 1-0. And Sergio finishes a good cross into the box from Depay. Chips it over the top. Aguero in the place. Right time to tuck one away. That's why you like having somebody like that in your team. Right place, right time. Breaks the deadlock then. 74 minutes played. We'll get the lead. Good control from Memphis Depay then. Finds Jordi Alba. I was looking for Coutinho and I couldn't find him. Need to watch I don't get caught in the counter here. I'm going to need to drop back defensively. A couple of changes are probably going to have to come as well here to see this one through. Clement Longley out wide, finding Dembele. Couldn't beat his man. Trying to hold on here to what we've got. It's a ball into the middle. Ter Stegen holds on well. Long ball to Depay's going nowhere because he put far too much on that. And on that note, we will make some changes. So just now we are going to bring Greenwood out on the right. Bellingham's going to replace Coutinho in the centre midfield position. And Ansu Fati can come on for Depay. We'll keep it defensive. It's going to go ultra, but there's no need. should be okay with the players we've just brought on. Some young talent with some pace. Greenwood then. De Jong flips it on to Bellingham. Into the path of Aguero. He's just not got the legs just now. Aguero. The plan is to obviously have Greenwood as a secondary striker who can bring off the bench for Aguero and just use his pace, and hopefully within the first half that Aguero can do the business with what energy he does have. Jordi Alba is going to take this one. Koundé now to Ndidi. Ndidi bursting forward. De Jong into Greenwood. Chips it over to Bellingham. His English pal. Finds Ansu Fati. I can't get away from him, and I think he's offside anyway. Just offside he goes. De Jong into Bellingham. Gets taken off. Gets the ball taken off him. The whistle goes, and we'll get the full time whistle at 1-0 to Barcelona. Gets the 3 points on the board. And we'll go straight to the post-match interview and get our initial thoughts and feelings. I do apologise. I do apologise for that. I don't understand what that was and why that did that. Yeah, that was a bit much. So Real Madrid have put in a bid of 55 million for Yuri Tillemans. Now if they accept that, then it just shows you how broken the transfers are, because they put a 74 million on him when I tried to buy him just then. So we'll keep an eye on that. And we'll see Two seconds, guys. I'm just sorting out adding players to the training sessions. I'm trying to get all the young players trained up. And Didi can be added. We'll go with that. So we'll just simulate. It'll help build the players. So we've had an offer for 48 million for Dembele, but I'm really struggling for right midfielders. So that offer is going to be rejected. Didn't have any possible way of getting rid of the midfielders. 2 seconds, guys. Right, so what we'll do, just to keep it short and sweet, we'll finish simulating these right, so players going on international duties. We've got Greenwood, Bellingham, Ter Stegen, Longley, Alba, De Jong, Depay, Coutinho. Leipzig have offered with 30 million for Coutinho. Again, I'm not looking to get rid of anybody. Having a look then at the transfers. So as you can see, they've accepted the bid, by the looks of it, for Tielemans, which is crazy because if I was able to get him a lot cheaper than I paid for Koundé, I probably would have took him, but it is what it is. Right, so we're ready for the game against Getafe, but I'm probably going to leave that for the next episode. So what we'll do is we'll get into the development side of things just now. We'll just quickly go through it. So what we're looking to do then, predominantly, is make Greenwood a striker. That's my plan. I see, I'm not sure if I want to turn him into a striker or a centre forward. I'm probably looking more for a striker, because that's what I'm wanting. I'm wanting him to be more physical in the box, finishing. So he's going to take 4 weeks to become a striker, or to train the striker role. But we'll go with that for him. Push him on to be a striker. Ansu Fati is going to stay as a left midfielder. Depay, we're going to develop him to be a left winger. But yeah, we'll probably, we'll turn him into a pressing forward. Oh no, sorry, we'll have him as a left winger, sorry. We'll deal with the other side of things. We've obviously got Griezmann, who will come back to the team as well. De Jong's there if needed. I can't see him being used. And apart from that, that's probably how we're looking to set the team up. In the next episode, we'll get into more games. And we'll get into setting the tactics and getting everything the way I'm looking to get it. And we'll get cracking on with these Barcelona career mode episodes. I'm looking to get a lot more out than I have been recently. I've been a bit unwell, but when I get back on my feet and stuff, I'll definitely be looking to upload a lot more. We'll get the episodes rolling. Obviously, guys, until next time, if you've enjoyed these videos, then be sure to like them, subscribe, comment down below with things you like, things you enjoy, turn on the notification bell. We'll be back for some more live streams. We'll be looking to do some more foot drafts, so stay tuned for that. I know there's a few guys that are enjoying that and want to be watching that, so stay tuned for that. I did purchase the player pack for the bonus pack for eFootball. I know the game's been an absolute flop. I know that Konami have came out with all the apologies, saying they're going to fix it, they're going to edit it. I don't believe that any amount of editing that they do is going to make it any better than it is. I see potential in it. There are things that I do think that are not too bad. Some of the player faces are ridiculous, but I think it's just on certain ways you look at them and when you're in the game. But some of them in the cutscenes and stuff, they don't look bad. Like Ronaldo doesn't look completely bad in certain cutscenes. Doesn't look completely bad in game always. Same as Messi. I do think some of the cutscenes when the players are and they disappearing out their suits and floating across the with their man bags and whatever, I think that is on par with FIFA when they get it, and the rendering's fine. But I paid for the bonus pack, so I want to get my money's worth. So when they do the update next month on the 11th, depending on how much of the updates through this month they've fixed and made any better to the game, I may possibly look to be streaming some of this new My Club. We'll see. I just want to get my money's worth for what I've paid for, but I'll need to obviously see what the updates are like first. Give them a chance if you like. I mean, I'm not a predominant PES player anyway, so this eFootball being absolutely garbage doesn't mean nothing to me in all honesty, because I played PES 21 last year, I enjoyed it. I looked forward to this edition of PES, well, eFootball. It became a flop. Doesn't hurt me in the way it's hurting the PES fans, because I'm a FIFA player and I always have been, so if they could fix it and nail it on the head, then fine. If they can't, then it's just unlucky for them, unlucky for the PES fans. But it is what it is. I'll be looking to maybe stream some of it, depending on what the game's like and if they fix it. But obviously, until next time, guys, I've been Techers FC. Take care.